So today I'm going to be doing a follow-up to my RK2020 review video. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll put a link to it in the description. But today I'm going to be focusing solely on Dreamcast emulation. I added a bunch more Dreamcast games to the console, and I just want to see how they run. Now in my review, I already tried out Sonic Adventure 2 and Jet Set Radio. Those two games actually came with my RK2020. And other than a few slight audio hiccups, and the graphics looking a little bit rough around the edges, they ran pretty good. But now let's take a look at a couple of other Dreamcast titles and really see how this console handles them. I decided to start out with Resident Evil Code Veronica, and to my surprise, the game actually ran really well. Now during any cutscene, the game just completely stutters. And when there's multiple enemies on screen, the game seems to slow down quite a bit. But for the 40 or so minutes I stood playing the game, it was very playable. As long as less than 5 enemies were on screen at any given moment, it didn't seem to slow down at all. And you can always just skip through the cutscenes. All in all, Code Veronica didn't seem to run too bad. Here I am playing IKARA, a truly awesome shoot 'em up. And it seems to run okay on the RK2020, but it does have some inconsistencies. Some moments it seems to run fine, other moments it slows down. And me being a huge fan of this genre of games, that was kind of unacceptable. I expect it to be at full speed and running really good at all time. In order to truly enjoy it, in order to truly enjoy this kind of game, it needs to be running full speed. So if the RK2020 is your only means of playing this game, I say go for it. If not, I would pass and play it on another platform. Up next, I'm playing Soulcalibur, and this game actually ran perfect. It suffered from the same little graphical downgrade that Sonic Adventure 2 and Jet Set Radio had, but as far as playability goes, the game was 100% playable. Playing it on such a small device, I was expecting it to be very uncomfortable, but that wasn't the case. This is actually a great game to add to your RK2020. Compared to most of the other titles I added, this one probably runs the best. Up next, I'm playing Canon Spike, a greatly underrated Capcom title for the Dreamcast. That's kind of a hybrid of a shoot 'em up and beat 'em up using a bunch of Capcom characters. This is one of my favorite games for the console, and the RK2020 seems to handle it just fine. I decided to slap on Blue Stinger. This game is the definition of a cult classic. If you guys never played it, it's pretty much the video game equivalent of a B horror film. The Dreamcast had a bunch of those actually, complete with bad voice acting and convoluted storylines. This game is actually really fun to play, but it does not run well on the RK2020. It keeps speeding up and slowing down and is very inconsistent. Great game, I highly recommend you guys check it out, but don't play it on the RK2020.
That was close.
So the RK2020 and Sega Dreamcast emulation. Is this thing a little mini powerhouse? Is it a portable Sega Dreamcast? I want to say the answer is no. It's too inconsistent when it comes to Dreamcast titles to effectively be called a portable pocket Dreamcast. But it does run a few games exceptionally well, and other games are just playable. If the RK2020 is your only means of playing Sega Dreamcast titles, then I say by all means, go for it. But if you have a cell phone that is from the year, 2015 and up, I'd say play Dreamcast on there. You're probably going to have a better experience. This takes nothing away from the RK2020. When it comes to these pocket emulation consoles, I think this one is great. Do I think it's the best way to play emulation? Of course not. I don't think any of these China pocket emulators are the best way to play emulation. But for what you pay for, it gets the job done. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, this is Ness, signing out.